with the part 2 kasi it's already 1 hour kanina, so need to kasi baka matagal yung pag-upload, so mahirap, no? So ayan, so we have your the same symptom that they share. Actually it's yung ovarian cancer, guys, no? So isa yon na symptom that they overlap with the ovarian cancer. So if we include, okay, so anong color to, if we include, so they share, no, they overlap, no? So sabi dito, lagay ko, kung ilalagay ko dito si parang malayo, napalayo siya, sorry. So if I place here your ovarian cancer, okay, so I place here your ovarian cancer, ovarian cancer. So one symptom that they overlap is actually your bleeding and vaginal discharge. So anong ibig sabihin? So sa ovarian cancer, no, kasi this is again what you call a silent cancer, si ovarian cancer. Okay, kasi talagang alas when you notice it is really worst na. So kaya we call it a silent, no, cancer. Okay, so kasi again it's yung symptoms niyan, just like with your endometrial cancer, no, is very vague, no? Pwedeng sabihin mo lang na kasi mayroon akong baka tawag nito, bloated, yan, maraming hangin lang yung tiyan ko, ganon. Sa endometrial cancer yan, kasi it presents as a bloating, no, abdominal problem, no? So kaya mataas yung abdominal girth nila is tawag nito is increased, no? So ganun yan. So dito, ito yan din, sabi nga natin, tawag is your silent cancer. We call this your silent cancer. Kung sa stroke yan, silent killer, no? Silent cancer, kasi symptoms are vague, just like your endometrial cancer. Okay, so it can be like a digestive problem, a bladder problem, no? Same thing as with your endometrial cancer, no? It can present as a increased urinary frequency, 'di ba? Mga ganon, kasi because of the of the pressure within the within the bladder, no? So merong may pressure doon, no? So that alters your yung urination nyo. Kaya nga 'di ba doon sa symptoms natin meron tayong unusual, no, urinary pattern or urination. So ganun nakikita natin doon. So sa ovarian cancer, no, so dito is yung we have what we call yung bleeding also, no? There is bleeding. Sabi natin dito, do they have postmenopausal bleeding? Definitely yes, no? Meron din, sorry, I'm gonna use purple pala, no? So postmenopausal bleeding, yeah, menopausal bleeding, yes. Okay, they have it, no? They all have it. Okay, so ganun. Do they have what they call that, do they have do ovarian cancer have what they call that, do ovarian cancer have ano nga tong isa to, ito, painless vaginal bleeding, no? So meron ba siya niyan, painless vaginal bleeding? Okay, so definitely so it's vague, no? Yes, it can occur, no? Kasi meron nga siyang unusual bleeding and unusual discharge. So definitely, no, vaginal symptoms can occur, no? So kasi depending kung kailan yung time, anong age, 'di ba? So dito meron siyang painless vaginal discharge, no? Meron siyang watery like discharge, no? So ganun, sometimes watery lang, sometimes bloody, no? So ganun 'yan. So okay, so meron siyang unusual bleeding. Yan, 'di ba? Usual bleeding and discharge, 'di ba? Usual bleeding and usual discharge. So yun yung makikita nyo dito. So okay. So when you see, ayan, tatlo na siya kasi kasi tatlo na ngayon ang wino-worry ko. Ito na siya, tatlo na sila. Okay, I'm gonna mark it para you can see it. So sorry guys, kasi nagawa ko na naman, no? So I'm gonna mark it anong walang color dito. Sige, dito blue, I'm gonna mark it blue. Dito din I'm gonna mark it blue. Okay, so I'm gonna mark it light blue na lang, this very light na blue. Okay, so ovarian cancer yan, so that you can see, or baka mas lalong hindi nyo makita. I think gonna make it darker na lang, a little darker siguro ganito, so everybody can see it. So ganyan, ovarian cancer. Ito, you have your cervical cancer, yan, and you have your endometrial cancer. Yan, para everybody can see it. So yan yan. So these are your cancers, no? So yan, dikit-dikit para magkakalapit. Okay? So dito, si cervical cancer, guys. This is known for painful sexual intercourse. So siya yun, no? Okay? So meron siyang painful sexual intercourse. Okay? So siya yung nandyan, intercourse. Okay? So bakit kaya nagkakaroon ng painful sexual intercourse? Kasi tandaan nyo, cervix to. Okay? It's the cervix. Anong part? It's the cervix na part. Okay? Yan yung part na yan. Siya yung may cancer. It's your cervix na part. Okay? So, during sexual intercourse, di ba, nandun yung sugat, nandun yung lesion. So, every time na tinatamaan yung cervix, no? So, there is a pressure. Tinatawag sa cervix, may pressure yun. So, may pain, no? So, may pain during sexual intercourse. Kasi every time tinatamaan yung cervix, di ba, may pressure. Nadidiinan yung cervix. So, may pain. So, ganun yun. That is a sign, no? Magbi-bleed yun. Di ba? So, baka isipin ng lalaki, virgin. Ay, hindi. No, hindi yun virgin. Di ba? Pa-check up. Pa-check up. No? It's painful. Sexual intercourse. Okay? So, again. So, sino naman kapareho nito? Okay, if you see it, no? Ang kapareho naman nito, si ovarian cancer, no? So, sometimes may pain, sometimes walang pain. Okay? So, dun ka na sa may pain, diba? It is better to say yes than to say no, tapos meron pala. Okay? So, kaya nga vague, no? It's very vague. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna use purple pala. Okay, sorry. So, it's very vague, no? So, kaya nga sabi natin, vague ang symptoms. So, pero again, kapareho niya. So, it's with pain, okay, or sometimes no pain at all. Sabi natin no pain, okay, during sexual intercourse, sexual intercourse. So yan, okay, during sexual intercourse. Okay, so you make sure na tawag na ito, you have to assess, you have to monitor, no, properly. So, dapat you be worrisome, especially you girls, no? You have to be worrisome. So, ayan. So, ganun si si ovarian cancer, ganun si cervical cancer, ganun si endometrial cancer, no? So they actually share, no? Dito pag tiningnan nyo, ang difference lang ng discharge ng cervical cancer, kasi siya yung known for foul discharge, no? Kasi this is because of the infection. So siya is known for the foul, no, mabantot na discharge, okay? Siya yung known for the foul discharge, okay? Mabantot na discharge si cervical cancer yan. Okay? So si ovarian cancer, siya naman yung known for what? A bloody or a watery discharge. Ganun siya. So ganun yan. Unusual bleeding, discharge, kasi dito sa kanya it's either watery, yan, watery or bloody discharge. Ganun naman ang lumalabas sa kanya. Okay? So yan, wag niyong kakalimutan. So you have to see the doctor as soon as possible. Okay? So wag kakalimutan. So dito same as with your endometrial, no? Pag pumunta tayo kay endometrial cancer, dito again will present a abdominal problem, no? Or this will present as a GI problem. It will present as a GI problem. Okay? Yan. Ano yan? Meron siyang bloating. Diba? Magkakaroon siyang bloating. Diba? Ganun ang mangyayari dyan eh. Dito ba sa kabila meron kay ovarian? Yes, it also presents a bloating, no? There is a bloating. Sorry. So yung color, no? Baka magkadikit-dikit. So I'm gonna use a different color dito kay ovarian. So I'm gonna use the dark blue, no? So meron ditong bloating. So it also has bloating. Okay? So pati yung pressure, no, meron din tong pressure that is felt, no? Kaya nga meron silang urinary frequency and urgency, no? So may mga ganun sila, urinary frequency and urinary urgency. Okay? So ganun. So may bloating. So same as with the kabila, meron din bloating. Okay? So ano pa? Okay? So yun nga sabi natin, present a pelvic, basta pareho to sa kasi endometrial, pelvic pressure, no? Pelvic pressure. Yun ang nagkokos sa kanila nung yung pressure na yun, nagkokos sa kanila ng urinary urgency and urinary frequency or increased. Okay, so lalagay ko dito ng konti. So itong pressure na to would definitely cause or lead them to urinary urgency, okay, urgency and frequency. So ganun yan, urinary urgency and frequency. So wag kalimutan, okay? Urinary urgency and frequency. So same thing with your your endometrial, bloating, pelvic pressure, yan siya, pelvic pressure. Okay, so meron din siyang and this causes yung pelvic pressure niya na this would cause urinary urgency. Okay, ibahin ko yung color, no, para ma-identify natin. Urinary urgency and frequency. Urgency and frequency. So again guys, you have to write para you have to so you can follow. Okay, you have to write so you can follow. So make sure you write. So ganyan. Okay? So, kaya nga 'di ba one time meron akong sinabi, linito ko kayo. Paano yung linito ko kayo? So, sa tatlong 'yan, meron yan nakalagay na the three of them, meron lalagay na ano, na sentence. So, ang sentence na to is this one. So, ang sabi, gawin ko at pink, no? Para iba yung color. So, ang sabi, okay, there is a bleeding, okay? There is a bleeding in between menstruation. O, diba? So, yan ang nakalagay dyan. Kanino? Sa kanilang tatlo. No? So, lalagyan ko din yan. Ito siya. So, everybody has it. No? So, ito will also have a, ano to? Okay? So, bleeding. Okay? Bleeding in between menstruation. Okay, meron din siya nun. And same thing with kay inyong ovarian cancer. Meron din siyang bleeding in between menstruation. O, di ba? Okay, so anong ibig sabihin nun? Okay? Simple lang guys yung ibig sabihin nun. Ang ibig sabihin nun, even after your menstruation, nagme-mens pa din sila. Eh di ba dapat wala na? So ang next mens mo na on the day na due ka na mag-menstruate. So ganun ang ibig sabihin ng bleeding in between menstruation. Okay? So wag kakalimutan niyo. Okay? So ganun. So understood? Okay? So pag tinignan mo guys, no, tingnan mo kasi tapos na tayo ng ng causes ng inyong cervical saka inyong endometrial, 'di ba? So, pag tinignan niyo naman ngayon ang causes ng ovarian cancer, no? Ng ovarian cancer. Okay? So, pag tinignan niyo, 'di ba? Halos yan guys is ping, no? It's almost the same, no? Kasi it's cancer. You go to the top part, the usual causes, 'di ba? From the lifestyle, to the exposure, 'di ba? To the non-modifiable risk factors, they would all be very the same. Kaya pag tinignan niyo yung cause ng ovarian cancer nyo, yung cause ng ovarian cancer nyo, okay, titingnan nyo na naman, ano yan, 'di ba? Ano yung mga magiging cause, 'di ba? It's more on, halimbawa, again, yung ano na naman, hormonal changes, no? Hormonal na tinatawag natin, use of hormonal contraceptives. Yan. Ano pa? If you have ano pa guys, hindi lang hormonal contraceptives. Alam niyo ba yung ano natin, yung tinatawag na fertility medications, yun. Lagay ko dito para you'd remember. So lagay ko diyan, no. So yung tinatawag nating mga fertility meds, no. 'Di ba? Yung cost would be sige, unahin ko to kasi iba eh. Hindi na siya yung una na hindi na iba eh. Fertility medications, 'di ba? Ano yung mga fertility medications? Ito yung pag you are being treated with PCOS. Yan. So yun. If you are being treated with PCOS, no? You are being treated with PCOS. Yun, those are your fertility medications. Oh, 'di ba? So sabi natin if you have mga previous, no, yung mga polyps, no. So again, ito din prolonged exposure to your hormones or your estrogen. Same thing, no. Okay, meron din siya niyan. It can be a cause, no. um, prolong exposure, no, exposure to estrogen. So same thing na may and they have low na tinatawag dito, they have low progesterone levels. So that is your that is your hormonal, more on hormonal, 'di ba? May mga tayo tinatawag na mga cyst, no? Cyst. Kaya nga 'di ba yung sabi ko sa inyo yung polyps sa GI can cause. Syempre definitely if may cyst, no, yung mga may cyst kayo sa loob ng nyo, ng ovary nyo, definitely yes kapag may PCOS kayo, 'di ba? Kasi that is your PCOS, no? If there is a cyst, no, multiple cyst, no, there is a cyst, no, again it's always a risk for cancer. So tandaan yan, always a risk for cancer. Okay, so mga cyst natin, polyp natin, always a risk, can turn into cancer. Okay, so ano pa, tawag na ito, endometriosis, yes. Okay, so kapag may nagkakaroon kayo mga tissues nyo your tissues are growing, no, so especially on ovaries, no, sabi natin this can create a painful cyst, no, so sa endometriosis, so this is cause, no, so so very important, no, pero ay ang sabi na tatandaan nyo, no, anything that forms a cyst, no, can cause a cancer, no. So same as with your endometriosis, 'di ba? Endometriosis, no? So nagkakaroon, guys, no? Nagsicyst. So you just call endometriosis, there is a cyst that is formed doon. Okay? Understood? Okay, so ano pa? During pregnancy, so again nagfo-form ng cyst. So ganyan sa ovarian, no? Sa ovarian cancer, no, you always look for the cyst, no. So ovarian cancer, look for the cyst, no. If may risk for a cyst, then yun ang risk niya. Okay, so lalagay natin yan dito. Sa ovarian cancer, look for the cyst. Look for the cyst. Okay? So, wag kalimutan si cyst. So, anything cyst, no, can form. PCOS, no? Tandaan nyo si PCOS, no? Tayo may cyst. So, endometriosis, during pregnancy is not a disease, okay? Baka isipin nyo sakit ang pregnancy, naging sakit na siya. So, okay, so, during pregnancy, kasi during pregnancy, guys, tandaan nyo, there are cysts that are formed, no? There are cysts that are formed, diba? So, ito yung during early pregnancy until your placenta is developed. Ganun yan. So, okay, so, ganun yan. Kaya nga, diba, nagkakaroon yan ng ano nga yun? Yung trophoblast, ewan ko dun kung what do you call those cells, no? So, yun ang ibig sabihin nun. So, there, nagpo-form ng cyst, diba? During those times, no? So, ayan. Lalagay natin dito, cyst. Yan. Para you don't forget. So, yan. So, everything na nagpo-form ng cyst. Okay? So, yan ang culprit pagdating sa ovarian cancer. Yan. So, lalo na yung mga terms before, no? With your OB, it's your luteum, corpus luteum. Yan, 'di ba? So, your corpus luteum cyst yun, tumpak, 'di ba? So, yan, 'di ba? So, we have yan. So, example nun is your corpus. Yan. Bahal na spelling, guys, no? Corpus luteum cyst, no? Luteum cyst. Okay, so that is during ovulation yan, no? So sila yung mga nagfo-form, no? So during the the mother's pregnancy. Okay? Then yung theca, 'di ba? Yung theca lutein, no, na cysts, no. So yun. Pero wag niyo na masyadong yun. Wag niyo na masyadong karirin yun, no. So hindi naman yan natin di naman natin yan that's not a one of our problems, no, to identify kung what cysts are formed. But again, it is good to know that when you see ovarian cancer for health teaching or promotion, that you would know that cysts, anything that forms a cyst in their body, no, or in the ovary, no, can cause ovarian cancer. So again, at the end of the day, we will just talk about their management, the treatment and their management, diba? So again, still the number one best management for cancer is still what? Is still surgery. So if we talk about the management, so dito natin, so may space naman dyan, pero let's use this one para we will have much more space. So management, so the management would be top one is still surgical management, surgery. So still surgery, ibig sabihin remove the cancer because you're not from there, you are abnormal growth, so I have to remove you. So remove the cancer. So yan. So kaya nga sabi ko before, again, paalalahanin ko na naman kayo na sabi natin kapag sobra, kasi ang MS, sabi ko sobrang dali lang yan. Bakit sobrang dali? Pag sobra, bawasan. Pag mababa, dagdagan. Pag hindi yan taga dyan, example si cancer, then you remove it. Surgery. So that's the best analogy for that. 'Di ba? So that's your MS. So pag nakita mo yung no, 'di ba? Itong MS parang dagdag bawas lang, 'di ba? So yun ang makikita mo. And the next question would be how, no? Yun yung how na lang yung question. Paano nyo siya dadagdagan, paano babawasan, paano nyo siya i-remove. So dito, so still surgery would be the number one. So there are different. Okay, kasi pwede naman isahan kung lahat yun may cancer ka, di ba? Pero syempre hindi naman sila, the three would go together, no? So halimbawa, so we put here, sabi natin na we have your cervical cancer, we have cervical cancer, we have your endometrial, para inline pa sunod-sunod, and we have your ovarian cancer. Okay, so ovarian cancer. So kung we talk about the surgery part, syempre kung ako one time big time, no, syempre tabso, 'di ba? It will be a total abdominal hysterectomy, bilateral self-injectomy, 'di ba? With ooporectomy. So kasama na, the whole thing will be removed. So kaya nga, 'di ba? So we can do your surgery, hysterectomy, and ooporectomy. So syempre you will look at the lymph nodes kung there are lymph nodes involved. Kaya nga simple pa din, they have what you call your radical surgeries, 'di ba? Meron tayong radical hysterectomy, 'di ba? So ganon, then followed by your radiotherapy or your chemotherapy, no? Specifically, sabi ko nga sa radiotherapy, this is very common for cervical and your endometrial cancer, 'di ba? It's your brachytherapy. So ganon ang ginagawa natin. Tama? So dito, okay, so if you want to remove, if the uterus is involved, so what do? Sabi natin, it's simple. You do a hysterectomy, no? So ganun yan. You can do endometrial, di ba? So you have your hysterectomy. You can do your hysterectomy. Okay? You can do that, no? Radical hysterectomy. Okay? So if you want to remove the fallopian tube, no, and the ovaries, you can go with salpingo o oophorectomy. So dito naman yung sa dulo, kaya nga yung tabso, tatandaan niyo ng tabso, 'di ba? Salpingo, yan, o 'di ba? Forectomy, 'di ba? So tandaan niyo dalawang those are eggs, no? So you can say eggs, no? Then it's your ovaries, 'di ba? So ganon. So if it involves your lymph nodes, edi plus your lymph nodes, no? So, yun pa yung mga plus nun, eh. Kaya remember that what I told you about T and M, 'di ba? So, this has plus pa. So, kaya nga tawag neto, you really have to assess. They really have to assess. Yung surgery would yung surgeon, no, would really assess, no? You would really assess how tawag nito, how extent the cancer is, no? So ganun yan. If assess, 'di ba? Sabihin yan natin is yung TNM, lalagay ko diyan. Is your TNM. So assess nila yan. Their responsibility, not our responsibility. 'Di ba? Kaya nga ayan, nung anong T is pertains to your tumor. Ano yung how big is the tumor? N is if there is a tawag nito, nodes. Okay? This is your nodes. Anong ibig sabihin? If there is lymph nodes that are involved or nearer the lymph nodes. Yan. And M is yung pinaka word na it's stage 4. It's because it has your spread. Okay? Spread linagay, panggulo eh. No, it's your metastasis. 'Di ba? It's your metastasis. 'Di ba? So yan. Your tumor, your lymph nodes if they are involved, lymph nodes and your metastasis kung nag-spread, no? So yun yung question, no? Kaya question para din, and you would know what the treatment is. So those are their questions. And so after yan, syempre definitely makukuha na nila yan what are the treatment needed by the client. So sabi ko nga nung una, can do brachytherapy, radiation, 'di ba? Okay, so ganun 'yan, no? So brachytherapy. So and you can do chemotherapy kung there is if you suspect metastasis, that is the best. You can do chemotherapy. You can even do a targeted therapy, so like your immunotherapy. Okay, so magganon. So you can boost your immune system. Nandun yun sa meds, no? Nandun yun sa meds. So go to the meds part, or I just make you another meds part, no? So tandaan niyo yun sila na mga management, no? So yan. So it's your TNM. So ganun ang ginagawa nila. So about your tinatawag dito sa specific kung by cancer type. Okay? Kung by cancer type, sabi mo endometrial, so again, surgery, hysterectomy, and so on so forth, salpingo-oophorectomy. Yan. Okay? So, ano yung pwede? Pwede yung radiation, again, yung biomarkers. So, papatestin yung mga biomarkers ng patient nyo pagdating sa endometrial, yung HER2, no? Pinapacheck yung HER2. Okay? So, kasi again, dun sa breast nyo, it's a BRCA1 and 2, no? Pero dito kay endometrial, we check yung HER2, no? So, ganon. So, pag cervical, Ito yan, syempre iba. Kasi syempre iba yung tawag sa cervical na cervical na surgery. 'Di ba? Sa cervical cancer, 'di ba? What do you call? Syempre, yung tinatawag nating cervical cancer na mga management or surgery. So, ano 'yon? Ang tawag natin diyan, guys, kapag halimbawa yung buong cervix, 'di ba? So, sabihin natin yung cervix ang tatanggalin kasi tagang nag-spread na yung yung cancer dun sa part na yun. So, they do a tawag nito, they would do a radical trachelectomy. Okay, so kasi kahapon na-mention ko yan, pero the worst thing kahapon is nung nagre-record ako, wala palang voice. No? So, gigil ako doon, wala palang voice. No, we can do your radical trachelectomy. So, tandaan nyo na. Baka pa pagkamalin yung trachea, trachelectomy. No, it's removal of your cervix. No, it's the removal of your cervix. It's a trachelectomy. Okay, so cervix. Okay, cervix only. So, lagyan ko dito para you'd remember. Removal of the cervix lang. Cervix only. Kasi meron ka pa namang isa. Anong isa pa? If you want to remove the cervix and the uterus, we just call it radical hysterectomy. O, diba? Ang tawag lang niyan is radical hysterectomy. Tapos may tatanggalin pa yung mga tissues, no, sa surrounding. So, this is if you want to remove your cervix and your yung color, sorry guys. Want to remove your cervix, and your uterus. We just call it your radical hysterectomy. So, yun ang ginagawa natin dito. Okay? So, yan. So, ano pa ba? Kung tawag nito, kung paano? Kasi actually it's already it's already done. Ibig sabihin we are talking about the we are talking about the surgery. So this is the surgery. Okay, so ano kayang magandang color dito? Puta red na. Puta red pag surgery. So sige. So surgery. This is your surgical management. Okay, so gawin natin ito. Yan. Okay. Then your surgical management. Yan. Yan, this is your surgical management. Okay, so huwag kalimutan. Surgery. So, management. Okay. So, meron tayong mga dyan, mga considerations pag during the surgery part, no? So, kasi alam naman natin ng mga complications, pero idadaan ko yan sa practice quiz. Hindi quiz, practice test. Okay, so doon natin yung idadaan. So, that's it, no? So again, after surgery, you can proceed to what? After surgery, you can proceed to medical. No, sa medical, magti-treat na niya radiotherapy or gagawin na niyan is radiotherapy or chemotherapy. So, proceed na kayo sa medical management na yan. So, meaning na yan, depending on the TNM dun sa assessment or the staging. So we go to your medical management. So dun na kayo niyan papasok sa medical management, which is pasok na dito si ating radiotherapy. Okay, so we have your radiotherapy and your chemotherapy. So again, doon sa start pa lang, I've discussed this. This is the mid part, no? It's the mid part. So what about your radiotherapy and your chemotherapy? So, 'di ba? So for this nga, sabi ko sa inyo, very common kay radiotherapy yung directed therapy, no? Sabi natin directed. So directed, diba meron tayong tinatawag na we have what we call your directed therapy. Okay, So, you have your directed. Kasi, what do you do here? Kung saan ka lang, meron dun. Kaya dito, for patients again with endometrial and your cervical cancer, pwede sino? Pati si ovarian cancer, pwede sino? Si brachytherapy, no? So, huwag kalimutan si brachytherapy, okay? So, never forget your brachytherapy. Matandaan naman siguro siya, di ba? Yung radiation. This is a radiation. The patient is a walking hazard, di ba? So, always remember yung radiation, no? So, radiation. So, lagyan ko red para maalala nyo. Radiation, di ba? So, balikan nyo yung notes natin or yung lecture natin about yung radiotherapy. So, chemotherapy naman, yes, kung there is a suspect na na nakatakas na si cancer dun sa part na yon, 'di ba? Kung may suspect na nakatakas na. So, if there is what you call a metastasis, if there is what you call a metastasis, ay susabulin na yon. You have to look for it, search for it if there is a metastasis. Okay? Possible. Sabi na metastasis or sabihin natin suspected. Pwede yun. Doctor will always do it, no? Hindi yan yung suspected tapos you don't do anything. Hindi. Kahit suspect yan, they do chemotherapy para sure kang they catch yung bad cells. So that's your chemotherapy. So again, you always have to watch for all those complications ng chemotherapy. Okay? Don't forget, no? So, yung ating complications, no? Especially yung bone marrow suppression. So, complications. Okay? Yan ang pinakatatandaan natin, no? Complications of your chemotherapy. Okay? So, mahirap to. Okay? So, ayaw natin yan. Bone marrow suppression. So, go to the section na part ng radiotherapy and chemotherapy na part natin na discussion. Okay? Kasi nandun lahat ng nursing consideration and your management when it comes to the treatment part. Okay? So, yan. So, yan ang pinaka-important dito. So, ano pa ba? Did I forget anything? So, wala. So, let's talk about okay? So, we'll have a few questions dito sa round na to. So, ang gagawin ko, ipapop ko na dito yung question so that you can see it clearly, So, okay. Okay. So, here are questions, no? So, for you to analyze, no? So, di ko alam if I'm going to show you, then you answer, then you post your answer doon sa comment section, then I can actually feed you the correct answers and why are the other answers are wrong, no? So, or I think I can do it here. So, okay, so let's proceed. I'm gonna open it. Wow, diba? That's amazing. So let's see the question. Ganito siguro para you can see it one by one. So, gaya niya, no? Okay, so yan. So, first question. Okay, the most common early symptoms of cervical cancer reported by patient is what? Diba? What's your answer? So, So, what's your answer? So, it's actually what? Abnormal vaginal bleeding. So, that's your answer, no? So, normal vaginal bleeding. So, that is usually, usually so sabi ko nga, this is a classic for a patient with cervical cancer, especially when it's post-coital. So you see there, post-coital, post-coitus, ibig sabihin kakatapos lang mag-intercourse. So the correct answer is correct answer is letter B. So super liit nung natin, yung marker. So it's the correct answer is letter B. Okay, so post-coital. Kita yung word post-coital. Okay, so ayan. Next question. Next question is, which is the most significant modifiable risk factor for cervical cancer? Sure answer. Okay. Sure answer. Sure answer, guys. Is it A? Is it B? Is it early intercourse and multiple sexual partners? Is it nulliparity? No, or obesity? So obesity of BMI of more than 30, no? So what do you think? So is it a history of lung cancer ng father? Okay, so it's your early intercourse and with multiple sexual partners. So actually ito yung nakapatay doon. So you get it especially with this one, no? Again, sa early sexual intercourse, again, depending on the if what you see doon sa guidelines, kasi sabi ko nga, there is a new guidelines na now, kasi it doesn't matter yung sexual activity, how early it is. So hindi na ngayon sila basis, no, for the testing or kahit sa yung pap smear nga natin, no. So hindi na siya, not really not a factor, no, kasi it heals on itself yung HPVs natin. Okay, so next question is a 35-year-old woman. Okay, so subang konti. 35-year-old woman is scheduled for a loop electrosurgical excision procedure, LEEP, for the for your cancer. The nurse should teach her that the most common post-operative symptom is what? Okay, the most important post-operative. Okay, ano yan, guys? It's what? Say what? It's actually, anong answer natin? Letter B. Again, letter B. It's a foul-smelling watery discharge for 2 to 4 weeks, no? So, yung rationale nito. So, actually, this is a profuse na, pagdudugo, no? Actually, discharge na pagdudugo. So, this is a watery discharge. Tapos, coffee ground ang itsura niya, no? Coffee ground. So, this is expected, no? For 2 to 4 weeks kasi due to the eschar, no? Di ba nag-heal? Kasi nag-heal yan eh. So, yung pinutandaan mo, nag-form ng eschar, yan yung tinatanggal natin ng Makate. Tapos pag nadali nyo, sakit, tapos nagdudugo na. Di ba? So, that's your eschar, no? Kasi this cause bleeding, no? So, ganun yan. So, pero if i-note natin dito, if yung during this part, no? Kapag a patient nyo presents a heavy bleeding, it is a problem already. If your patient presents a heavy bleeding, there is a problem, no? Ano kayang possible problem nito? There is a complication that arises. Baka sabihin natin there is a laceration of a blood vessel, sabi natin ganyan, no? So tapos a fever, or ibig sabihin a high fever would a high fever would indicate a tawag nito complications, no? So ganun yan. Tandaan nyo, especially this is already ang range is 2 to 4 weeks. Diba? Ano nga sabi ko sa inyo when you talk about infection, you never choose infection when within 48 to 72 hours. Kapag when you choose an infection as the answer. infection only sets in after 72 hours. So ito tingnan nyo, 2 to 4 weeks. Lagpas na. Pwede bang mag-infection at this time? Yes, infection can occur here. So dun to tama, because this is more than 72 hours already. Okay? So wag kakalimutan yan. Okay. So next, a patient undergoing external beam radiation, okay, therapy for stage, ano ba to? 2B, cervical cancer. Reports grade 2 diarrhea. Yun tayo. Pati ako nagulat with the grade 2 diarrhea. So anyway, what is a grade 2 diarrhea? So grade 2 pa lang, kinder, ganyan, grade 1, ganyan. So anyway, so grade 2 diarrhea is what? Kasi may grading din ng diarrhea, guys, no? So may grading din ng diarrhea. So meron siyang grade 1 to 5, and 5 means death, no? Pag you go to 5, you go die, no? So yan yung grading ng 5. So pag parang lang yan, you just say it's mild, moderate, severe, life-threatening, then you die. So paano ko ba ilalagay? Sige, dito na lang. Lumiit, nag-disappear. So ayan, lagay ko dito as yung grading. So lagay ko dito, tingnan. Sorry. So again, sige, move it. So sabi dito, lagay ko is grading. So your grading, syempre ayaw natin na hindi to kasi nakalagay. So grading, I'm gonna use sige, ito grading, no? So this is grade. Ay, pangit ka. Okay, so litin ko na lang, guys, no? So hindi, tama yan, naka-close lang muna siya, no? So gawin ko is grading, tawag na ito, it's actually grading ng grading ng diarrhea. Okay, so you have a diarrhea, grading. So yan. So ang grade natin that we follow is yan. Ang grade that we follow is we have your grade 1s to 5, no? So meron tayong grade 1s, iba yung color. So kasi may dyan, may mga di natin nakikita. Meron tayong grade 1, 2, meron tayong 3, have your 3, 4, and 5. So so dito 5, you technically die. So at this point and in time. So dito sa baba, grade 1 na diarrhea, this is your mild diarrhea. So mild ka pa dyan, guys, no? You have your mild diarrhea. So dito, when you say mild, no? So ang poop mo dito is less than 4, no? 4 poops per day, no? 4 poops per day. So this is mild pa compared, no, to dun sa mas matataas. This is 4 is little. Pero ayan, so what do you do here, no? So syempre kapag again the patient, ano nga sabi natin sa scenario natin with our patient, external beam radiation therapy, no? Okay, cervical cancer stage 2B. Okay, so ayan, no? So the external beam radiation, so may external beam radiation siyang ginagawa. So dito, okay, so what do we do, no? So tawag nito, so we just increase the patient's fluid intake, no? So ganun ang ginagawa natin. So we just increase, no, the patient's fluid intake. So we monitor for signs of dehydration. Ganun naman 'yan eh. Kahit na sabihin mo ng 4 poops pa lang 'yan, you have to assess. Okay? You have to assess. Okay, assess for any signs, no? Any signs of dehydration. Baka naman sabihin natin 4 times nga, pero kung makapoop naman, it's too much, 'di ba? Pang isang taon, 'di ba? So ganun pala nakalagay, di lang natin naintindihan, pang isang taon yung poop niya. So syempre dito, what we want to do is syempre always hydrate your client, no? Hydrate your client, no? So yung sakto lang, pero when you say you hydrate, always never forget to assess also kung ang patient nyo ba ay merong fluid volume overload, no? Lagi tayong mag-check, no? Always check kung meron kang fluid volume excess, no? Excess, tandaan niyo yan. Okay? So never do that kasi malunod si patient nyo. So depending on the problem, no, on the cancer, sinong affected na part ng body. Okay? So sa mild sa 2. So I'm gonna color it as a ano na lang siguro, very very light na na blue, light na blue gaya ng ginamit natin kanina. So 2 is ito yun siya, 'di ba? So this is actually a poop of 4 to 6 poop per day. So this is moderate, no? Just call it moderate. So patient na ito is mayroong 4 to 6 poop or poops per day. So yan. So medyo mataas-taas na yan, no? So ganun yan. So tawag dito. So pag tiningnan natin yan siya dyan, 'di ba, medyo may risk na yan ng mataas, 'di ba? So especially tandaan nyo guys, this diarrhea, this may be caused by your radiation therapy. So ito yung tinatawag natin na okay, wait, I'll change it the color. Ito yung tinatawag natin na radiation induced enteritis. Yan. So okay, sa pag ganitong in this situation, no. So this is what you call radiation. This is radiation, okay, induced, okay, enteritis, 'di ba? Enteritis, nagtatay. Okay? Enteritis. Okay? So kasi again, this yung niya talaga, yung radiation therapy, this commonly cause diarrhea. So we give them, syempre, we can give them anti-diarrheals, no? So sa food, you can give banana, no? Banana sa food, no? So para tumigas yung poop niya. Then we hydrate. Okay? So again, low fiber, never give them fiber. So syempre low lactose sa diet, no? So ayaw natin kasi magtatay pa yan sila. Okay? So kapag may dehydration na ganyan, so you make sure na you manage your patient appropriately. So dito lagyan na lang natin dito sa baba if you have a gaya nito. Okay? So radiation induced enteritis. So what do the nurses do? So syempre gonna write blue. Okay? So again, I'm gonna write purple na lang para iba-ibang color, no? So anong sabi natin? Ano nga yung sabi ko kanina? So anong yung sabi ko? So number 1, syempre medical is laging first. We can give them medications. So we can give them meds, your medications, anti-diarrheals, no? Anti-diarrheals, no? So binibigyan natin yan siya. Okay, so we can give them loperamide, yan, that will do. So sige, loperamide will do. Yan, so siya yan. Ano pa? We can hydrate your patient, no? So hydrate your patient, very important. You hydrate them. Okay? So, low fiber, not high fiber. Low fiber. Okay? So, low residue. No? Then, syempre never give them or sige, kung pwede man, pero low yung ating lactose sa diet. Yung milk. Yan. Sa diet kasi baka lalong magtai pa yung patient. Okay? So, ganun yan. So, and syempre, you really have to, while doing this, you really have to monitor your client closely. So, depende yan. Buti nga, dito lang sa 2 Pero again, dito nga sa 2, sabi ko, you already have to check. You already have to assess. Kasi, hindi porket 1, walang mangyayari. 2, medyo may mangyayari. So, 3, may mangyayari. So, not that. Say not by the word, mild, moderate, no? So, you have to really assess all the time. So the word assess is always there. Before you do something, you always have to assess. Lagi naman yun nandun eh. Before you do something, you have to assess. So 3 sa grading na 3 is, this is already severe, no? It's severe. So ang ang poop nyo dito per day is more than 7 poops per day. Siguro 7 poops, that's too much, no? For an adult, 7 poops per day. So, yan. So, ma-dehydrate na yan si patient natin. Okay? Ma-dehydrate na yan si patient natin. So, pwede na yan na mangyari dito is si patient natin may be hospitalized, no? No? So, ganun yan. Okay? So, dehydration. Ang natin dito, ang risk natin dito is dehydration. So, problema yan. Dehydration. Electrolyte imbalance kasi poop nga to eh. So, 4 is life-threatening. Okay? They can die. No, they can die. So, urgent management is needed. So, we put here red, no? So, sabi dito is severe, life-threatening. Life-threatening. So, we have your life-threatening. So, sorry. Kasi hindi ko sama, no? Life threatening. So this is your so this requires urgent attention. So again natin here. So yan, so requires, so we require urgent, no? Okay, management. Okay, so gan kasi patient can die, no, kapag meron silang ganyan. Okay, so last question. Okay, so last question. Okay, hindi pa pala, patient are going. So ano dito? So what do we do? Okay, so we do the A, no? So ayan, andun na eh. Okay, sorry guys. Okay, liit pala, no? Okay, so we do the A. Okay, we do the liit pa din. Okay, so we do the A yun na part. Okay, so don't forget, we do the A. Okay, we do the A na part. So we give them loperamide. Okay, and we give them a low residue diet, no, low fiber, no. So yeah, and the nurse is preparing discharge teaching now for a patient who just had a radical hysterectomy. Okay, discharge teaching. Okay, tandaan, discharge teaching for a patient with a post radical hysterectomy. So tinanggal yung uterus saka yung cervix, no. So with bilateral salpingo-oophorectomy. So which statement, okay, indicates a need for further teaching. So I will enter menopause immediately and may need hormone replacement. So again, needs further teaching. Okay, needs further teaching. So I can resume sexual intercourse in 2 weeks. Okay, so I should avoid lifting anything heavier than 10 pounds for the next 6 weeks. I may have leg swelling and should wear compression stockings. So answer, guys. Sige nga, answer. What's the answer? What's your answer? So what do you think is the correct answer? So what do you think is the correct answer? The correct answer is what? Is what? So, tingnan dyan. Okay? It's letter B. Okay? You never resume intercourse, no, for 6 pa yan. So for mag-resume kayo nan in 6 to 8 weeks pa, no? So not 2 weeks, no? Not 2 weeks, but 6 to 8 weeks ang resume. Okay, understood? So thank you very much for listening. So ayan. So that's our lecture for today. Pero you wait for the other lectures kasi I'll be doing it pa for you. So thank you very much, guys. So okay, so we're done with the part ng cervical, endometrial, and your ovarian cancer. Okay? Thank you.